let Heather do what?
Hit the button.
She's comfortable. She's doing her thing. She's with child.
Very heavy.
So, good morning, everybody. It is so nice to see everybody today. Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful morning here in Tennessee.
Cold as balls.
It's
I scraped ice.
It's February, right?
In
May.
May.
Wait, no, it's May.
It's
Sorry,
May.
yeah, it's May. So we have friends in Boston. We were talking to yesterday morning, and they had snow in Boston. And they had snow. It's crazy.
So what are we recording right now?
So
Is this going to be the reviews episode?
I think we should do Whose is Bigger. This is easier.
If you include the thing that I didn't read that I bought, they're the same size. Who gives a shit? Let's just do the reviews episode.
All right, let's do reviews. Let's how about that. So we're gonna do a review episode, everybody. We're gonna talk about the crap we read this week. All three
crap.
All three DC books. Actually, I kind of all enjoyed all three of them, including the weird ass Green Lantern one. Tell you what, man, Grant Morrison, you're just out there. Yeah,
I'm going to say it here so that I don't say it on the actual podcast recording. I absolutely salute the man. We try really hard to remain positive.
Yes.
And I don't want to bash somebody's work, but the fact that a professional writer is getting paid to produce this level of nonsense is really impressive.
It's just weird.
It's just nonsense.
It's just weird.
Nonsense.
So, yeah. Anyway.
We need to get Dr. Dale Disney on the program.
Yeah, we're going to have to get his opinion and go, I'm not sure what's happening here. Movie? Yeah. Okay.
Anyway. Hi, guys. I'm David.
And I'm Garin.
And I guess we're going to talk about the books that we read. What was last week's date? The 5th? No, the 6th.
6th.
It was the 5th when they released, but
right.
Our LCS has decided to make it New Comic Wednesday.
Right. So technically,
hold the line.
DC is allowing people to release on Tuesdays because usually we have everything on Monday, sometimes even Fridays. Quite honestly, it's not a big deal. I mean, most LCSs aren't still even open yet. They may not be open until the end of May, early June.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Have you already put together your list for next week?
No, I don't even know what's coming out next week. I haven't even looked to see what's coming out from DC.
That's a shame. We should have aborted mission and taken the time to do that because I have one book. And we could do the reviews episode, the previews episode together, and it might take 15 minutes.
What's the one book?
Justice League 44.
Oh, okay. That's my book too. Yeah, I'll definitely have that one.
You might have some of the others, but I don't know.
I haven't looked at the list. I'm sorry. It's realistically
life happens.
Because usually what happens is I get a diamond list.
Yeah.
And I know what's coming, or I even look at the diamond website. I have no website to go to other than DC.
So actually, I went to the Diamond's website and looked around, and this week it's like ain't no books. Talk to your LCS. The next week it's like there ain't no books, but it doesn't let you click past to the next week where they should be releasing. So we do have a Diamond confirmed date of May the 20th, where they will begin releasing books again. Now Marvel has said
emptying their warehouse.
Marvel has said they're not going to ship until
27th.
The 27th, and then I don't think I get a book from them until like the first week of June.
Yeah, it's the way it's going to run is it's basically backlogs and second printings, and then the new releases will come. So basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to play this out because a lot of places, a lot of comic book stores are not open until June because the stay-at-home order in many states is not until June. So places like California and New York, the stay-at-home order is June.
This little tiny 3-book, well, and I got 4. I got one.
Well, true, yeah.
I don't count it as a read. I got it as a wall hanger. I probably will read it. I just didn't for the show. These 3 lovely titles were a whole lot easier to afford than my typical stack. So while DC is jumping the gun of release, it's like that's $12 worth of books. Like it's not it's maybe 15.
But you're, again...
I mean, then again, if you've been out of work for 3 months or 2 months...
And the reality is it's going to be a tough recovery for comic book stores. A lot of comic book stores were smart. They had their act together. They were selling online already, so this was a good thing. So it wasn't a good thing for the loss, but they did cover themselves. A lot have just simply shuttered. I've seen several online because I follow a lot of comic book stores across the country because I think it's fun, seeing what everybody else does. A lot of them have remodeled. I saw one, Asheville Comics, Asheville, North Carolina. They didn't just remodel; they went to a whole new location. It's right across the street, but they had this whole brand new store. So they went from the store they had to this brand new, fun looking, new displays. It's actually really kind of cool. So this has been a good thing and a bad thing. So we're hoping to really we're hoping to get these customers all back in here. And as an LCS in Knoxville, Tennessee, we're actually doing pretty good. For days when really there's no new releases, we've had a steady stream of customers coming in and looking around, finding graphic novels they need, back issues. I never got that one, or hey, can you fill in this list? We've actually had a lot of that. I had one guy who I had to fill in most of the Dawn of X series. So pretty much from 3 on, from all the Dawn of X.
Well, if you didn't pick that up, this is a really good time to get caught up before we get back to new issues.
Yeah. So
and you got a few more weeks.
Yeah. So hey, if there's still something you're looking for, go to your local LCS. Go tell them, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and this is what I need. So hopefully they can fix you up. So let's get to it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
For me,
I mean, the deep dive of all the books that we're gonna. Now, what does that start under? DC Superstars. Okay, good job.
This is DC
presents an all new collection.
Smartass. DC Superstars. So essentially, this is the first appearance of Huntress and her origin, as well as the origin of Legion superheroes and origin of Green Arrow.
But the important thing to know is this isn't Earth 1 or Earth Prime Huntress. It's Earth 2 Huntress.
It's still Helena, but it's Helena Kyle. Not Helena Kyle. I'm sorry, Helena
Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Helena Wayne. So essentially, she is the daughter of Earth 2's Batman and Catwoman. And this is the Golden Age version of Batman and Catwoman. Where Catwoman had the big cape and the bolo she would throw, and the story talks about how Robin retired and he went into military service or like CIA kind of secret service kind of thing.
No, which Robin is that?
This
Dick
is
Grayson.
Yeah, Dick Grayson. Because in Earth 2 there was no other Robins.
Oh, that's right. Right.
It was just him.
Right.
So this is a really good story actually. If you haven't read this early stuff, this is a great facsimile. Original copies maybe $50.
Still,
it's not that bad. But for $3.99, it's nice.
$4.99.
Or $4.99, excuse me. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a good book, and it was a fun read. So
they're breaking off that extra $1.
Yeah, gotta have it.
So I had Flash number 753.
Nice.
I
know you've been following Flash. Well, you actually went and did a very deep dive going all the way back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
So Flash is trying to fight Paradox, a villain he unintentionally created.
Right.
And in the process of fighting Paradox, he's kind of reset the timeline, and he's like, I got to go stop Eobard Thawne. Where can I grab Eobard Thawne? Oh, yeah, Eobard Thawne kills my mom. Now, I can't go stop him killing my mom because that would just create the Flashpoint Paradox again.
Right.
So he's literally waiting. He lets Eobard kill his mom, which, God, what a special hell is that? He lets Eobard kill his mom. He comes out the side of the house, and Barry tackles him. And this is an Eobard fresh off the kill.
Right.
And the interesting part is you find out Eobard knows he's died several times.
Oh, yeah.
And the multiverse keeps bringing him back to life. He's like, I'm the immortal man, and I do what I want. But
the multiverse and Speed Force have kept him alive.
Right.
He should have been dead many times over, but the Speed Force will not let him go.
Well, because his life is not linear, I think if he dies at any point in time, it could be considered him killing Nora Allen, which kills Barry.
Right.
Or does away with Barry
right.
as Flash. So that's a fixed point in the multiverse, which means Eobard Thawne must live. But
that's what Doctor Who always says. It's a fixed point in time. I can't stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You like how I stole that Doctor Who, and then you had to point it
I
out.
like
Thanks,
it.
man.
Nice.
So Barry can't defeat Paradox, but Eobard Thawne has.
Right.
And so Eobard's like, it's time for the team up. Barry's like, never. And Eobard's like, yep, it's happening.
But they've teamed up before. They have.
And it's going to happen again. So Reverse Flash is one of those characters, Zoom, whatever you want to call him, is one of those characters that if I see that he's in a comic, I'm going to read it. And we're going to talk about that here in a little while.
Two different people. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys understand. Eobard Thawne and Zoom are two different people.
Yes and no, because there is a version of Zoom that is Eobard Thawne. But there is also the Hunter Zolomon Zoom,
Hunter Zolomon is Zoom,
who is a doppelganger of Barry Allen.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, not to be confusing at all for the weird multiverse that we have of DC Comics.
Yeah. So the next thing we should both have, actually the rest of our list we should share. Tell me how much you loved this. Tell me all about how good this was so that I can shatter your reality.
Love is a hard word. I did like the fact that they did bring the birds back into it as part of it. They didn't just drop the storyline as part of it.
Yeah, they didn't just do some random nonsense that didn't mean anything.
So Highball, Green Lantern, comes to Ferris Air and he says, "So you guys need to be?" It's like, "Oh yeah, well, weren't you guys flying around with your extraterrestrial buddies?" And it's like, yeah, whatever. What do you want? Well, we've been testing this new warp ship, and that's what it is. It's a warp ship. And we've already lost 3. We need to find out what's going on. So here's Hal Jordan, who I love Hal Jordan. He says, "Hold my ring." No, wait. The ring is like, I object. I mean, the ring is like, do not do this. He says, "I never take the ring with me when I go on a mission." Why would you not take the most important thing you have? Why would you not take it with you?
I kind of understand. It was the one part of the comic I was like, no, I get it. So, okay, no, wait. wait.
You get this part?
I get this part. I get... I'm no test pilot, but I do like my fast cars. I do like my fast motorcycles. If I had the ability to be 100% protected, if there was no risk to leaning into the turn, if there was no risk to the acceleration, if there was no risk to putting on one wheel, then I'm not truly testing myself. And so I get it. I get that part. I was like, Hal Jordan and I, we're there. I understand.
Yeah, I got you.
And there's willpower involved in that, because when you could kill yourself at any second, continuing to accelerate into the turn takes some balls.
So he tests the warp ship. He breaks through the warp barrier, which basically he's breaking into another reality. He doesn't realize what he's doing, because this is the part that kind of like, well, how does he not know what he's doing? He's been flying around in the multiverse for years. How do you not know what you're doing, Hal? Anyway, so he breaks in.
Because for the story to make sense, Hal needs to not know what's going on.
Before he leaves, though, he does talk to the only surviving pilot, who's like, "Go get them. They're still out there." And so he finds Cowgirl, his friend, and one of the other pilots. She's dragging along a dead body. He's like, no, the guy's dead. Just let it go. And she's like, "I can't believe you're here, Hal." And he says, "Yeah, I gotta find you." And he realizes what's going on. He realizes, and he hears this ooh me sound the whole time. And this is the part that I'm like, what? This is. And by the way, I know that I'm gonna continue to read Green Lantern because I love Hal Jordan, but
I'm done.
But I'll be honest. I'm like, Grant Morrison, the hell? So we find that because they've been using these warp ships, are breaking into reality, and the pet of the child of the pet of Umi.
No, Umi's the pet.
Umi's the pet.
The noise is the extra dimensional cloud person
trying to find Umi,
calling for its pet.
Yeah. So this pet has come to Earth, basically causing havoc because it doesn't know what's going on, and Hal Jordan has to escort it back, and he has to stop the military from killing it. Yeah, this was one that I'm like, and David made a good point. We were talking about this earlier, and he's like, I feel like Grant Morrison has taken storylines back from like the 60s and 70s and kind of revamping them into something different and new.
Probably is what's happening.
I mean, kind of respect that, but at the same time, like, there's new stuff you could do. I don't know.
I want my $4 back.
So I will say, having the birds coming into it as well, which is pretty cool. I actually like that part because he gives them all names too, like
it's like Plucky and
Bucky
Bucky
and Sam. It's just it's horrible and stupid.
It's dumb,
but it's fun.
It's dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's
but
dumb. It's
anyway.
dumb, and while I am not a traditional Green Lantern fan, I kind of think Hal Jordan's a complete. You know how I like Hal Jordan as Parallax.
Oh, it was good.
I like Hal Jordan as Parallax.
And we see him. No, we saw him in
Good try. In the actual good event.
Yeah, and it's
Convergence.
Yeah. So last book is pretty simple. This is pretty great.
No, it's actually not simple. There's some really
this is I guess the simplicity is this part right here.
Yeah.
So, but no,
So-
I do.
So Joker, Harley, Criminal Sanity, number 4.
Yep.
This
we've
is
been waiting for a while.
easily the book of the week for me.
Yeah, it really is, because quite frankly, we get more story. Because essentially,
this is the first time that I've understood that the Joker she's chasing
isn't the Joker.
isn't John Kelly,
Right.
who is the crow-looking Joker.
Right.
So in this universe,
The Joker she's chasing is the Joker.
is the Joker,
The one that
and we
looks
haven't
like
seen him.
the
I
one that
know of.
looks like Justin Timberlake is Justin Timberlake.
They
Joker.
make this into a movie and JT's playing John
Yeah,
Kelly. That's
yeah.
amazing.
But that Joker is different. That Joker is the child of Joker.
Well, it's the implication.
Yeah, that's
So he has a conversation. He gets beat up on his way to an interview
Yeah.
by bullies.
That's
which
cool.
which makes
he's messing around with someone else's girl. They're a bunch of buttholes and don't understand that he's just a friend of hers. And
oh no, he's trying to make moves.
Well-
Or he's so this is the hyper intelligent
Yeah.
kid that's awkward and angry.
so
and
he gets his behind kicked. He's basically in a pottery studio and
he gets covered in paint.
covered in paint. Yeah.
And
Ruins
so now
his
his
suit
suit's
and-
ruined.
Yeah.
And he comes home and abusive drunk dad basically tells him what a piece of trash he is. And
But then admits that he's not really his dad. That he said your mom is the only good thing about you, and she's dead. She should have lived and not you. I mean,
you should be happy I took you in.
Yeah.
And well, who's my real dad? Well, you let the only person who could have told you die.
Yeah.
And clearly the implication my brain immediately went is
Yeah.
he's acting out in the exact same way that the Joker acts out.
Yeah.
Clearly the Joker's kid.
Yeah. So this is pretty.
So
cool.
John Kelly is not the third name for the Joker. And in fact, John Kelly doesn't even know what his real name is.
Right.
And of course,
Kelly's his mom's name.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, or the guy she was married to's last name.
I don't think so though. I think John Kelly. I don't think that she was actually married to him. I think that she knocked him up, and then.
No. The drunk guy.
Oh, the drunk guy. Oh,
His
gotcha,
last
gotcha.
name is Kelly.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, that's possible too. So, yeah. So I mean, we don't know really what we don't. This is more spin to it. We got a few more issues to go. So.
I really hate the black and white color
But it makes more sense now.
timeline. Yeah, it's starting to make more sense.
Because.
But we're gonna need the source book to make it all.
But Gordon says she's been hunting two different killers.
Mhm.
That's why it's color, and that's why it's black and white. They're two different killers, even though it's probably the same killer.
Although probably it's not. We know one of them is John Kelly.
Yeah. So
And
one of them is the crow looking. Yeah. So anyway.
that's John Kelly.
So who confronts her?
At the end of this issue,
Yeah.
he's in her apartment holding up her source file on him saying, looking
You
for
been looking
me?
for me? Yeah. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a good book. Okay, so
I guess
that's the week.
technically speaking, we have to pick book of the week.
I mean, there's really no choice.
Right, but we gotta have
Yeah.
a poll. So
How are we gonna do a poll?
I'll take Flash.
Sure, you have sure.
Because in your heart of hearts, you can't take Green Lantern.
Oh no, there's no
because-
way I can take no.
Because it's terrible,
No.
and you're choosing to continue
Terrible is not
reading
terrible is not fair.
garbage.
It's not terrible. It just wasn't great.
So I'll take Flash 753, and you'll slaughter me in the poll.
Sure, let's do that.
Cool.
Gotcha. Yeah. Awesome. So, for those of you listening, so David is Flash 753 for the week. I've got Joker, Harley, Criminal Sanity, number 4.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Wow. See how much fun that was?
Oh, it was tons of fun.
So, hopefully you guys are paying attention and listening. Hopefully you're watching our YouTube feed, which I guess you would be because you're looking at it now, and listening to our podcast. Going to see if that's cool and new coming up. So, thanks everybody. We appreciate it. Have fun. See you soon.